All right, people, I have a special, more unusual type of update for Apple. It's not the kind of plans I usually post. This is more of a defensive plan here, and I want to explain this. I know, as you know, if anybody has been following me all through July, we basically caught some nice gains in Apple, um, and then we had the earnings play, and we had the dips and the dips became good profits. Okay, and then we had this market which threw things off. I can tell you this right now. I just want to see that when we had that drop on a Thursday over here, that caused the issues. Okay, and then we went to re-enter into this in this August 17 area, and the market, this is actually breaking. If you can see this, we were breaking into new highs. I talked about a 160.50 support. This is the August 18th. I think it was the 18th. Um, anyways, well, not. I wasn't in. I kind of posted the as long as as we entered, as long as 160.5 holds, everything should be fine. Well, it didn't hold. And then what I did was I posted. There's a lot of supports and defensive moves, and this is what this is still a defensive move in. And now let me expand now in totality the whole. Let's talk about this here, and then I'll expand a little bit more. So, big picture, Apple is set up to test 167 to 170 next. I mean, this is the direction. Okay, uh, uh, this is again another special update. In my last update, August 17th, Apple bounced 156 and a half area hard, right? Like this day here. I mean, just to show you that this is a lot of political issues that are causing, my opinion, that have thrown this. We're out of sync a little bit, okay? Um, because we were going up, it was doing very well, and the pattern was there, and this action again was strange action that's uncommon. I know the stock very well, very uncommon action, and again, I believe it has to do with factors that are not going to be present in charts. People think that there is. It's there. The market, I know how stocks are supposed to move a certain way, and this stock has not been moving lately the same ever since this day here. All right, so you notice that we were able to bounce up to this level. Okay, and so here's the thing, people. Apple key support remains 156.50 to 156. If this area, now here's my opinion, if this area does not hold, we don't get a substantial enough of a bounce in this area. This tells me Apple is going to be in a bit of a chop zone. It could take a week or two to give us a better picture before we make new highs again. And so if we happen to lose this, you have a choice with the September because the 160 Apple to the 160 calls are a pivotal point. Okay, this is my point, and that they can make their money back. They could lose a lot of percentage gains. Okay, again, this is not common of all my plans. We usually never have to deal with this, but this out of all the plans I've made, so many winning plans, this is the one that's become a bit of a headache. And I don't usually make these updates. And again, I treat Apple specially. Most of our plans were getting in and out of stocks quickly, like Tesla plan. We it hit targets. I got out of it, and that was it. I waited for new signals. It couldn't confirm. That's it, right? That's my system. My system is cut and dry. We're going in, making our profits, and move. Apple, different story, because I made so many winning plans. I treat the stock a little bit differently. At the same time, theoretically, once that 160 and a half did not hold, that was okay. That's but the problem with this Apple plan is, people, the problem with Apple is it had multiple other supports. As 160 could have, and it did not. 160 could have bounced, it did not. Then this fell again through political reasons. They tried to bounce it like here, except instead of us holding the bounce, they did not. So it's still okay, because you could look at this. It's still okay. We still might be able to but we need to really confirm what I'm saying here. So again, Apple should be able to break over 159.50 while holding support. This is what I'm getting at, people. And if it does, we should get back into the key zones, 160.50 to 161.5, and then we're back on track, because we need to get back into the zones. If we do not get back into those zones, what's this telling me is Apple could test lower. Okay, we have supports right down to 150. We got the next one is 155, then 150. You get it, 154, and it goes down to let me tell you. Then it goes down to even 148 and a half. Okay, probably even 148 to 149. Okay, as support zones that Apple could pull back to. Okay, and then so this is my point, and this really now stems to here. This is the situation here, right? Because in theory, once Apple had if it was any other stock, if it lost to 160 and a half, I would have exited, and that would be it. It would have been small. It's very small, probably break even, and that was it for me. But then again, I explain people that I've been in my longer term, so someone could just hold through this mess. In other words, it could be a mess for all I know. If we cannot confirm, if we cannot bounce back into these levels, what I'm saying is we might have a bit of a chop mess. Requiring more information as how we hold supports and thing. And right now, as it stands, it's very clear. We can see this. There's tons of supports. The question is how do we act off these supports, right? And this is what we should have been able to do. We should have been able to get back into this level, and we were. It was looking good, and we did not. So again, this is not a typical plan that I usually do. This is now really more of because things could still be okay, but it really depends on, here I am in a is it matter, does someone continue holding? And I'm giving you your choices. So if we can hold these levels and bounce through and start breaking 159.50 and do that soon and get back into these levels, which it should be able to do, it's set up that way, okay? If it doesn't, then I believe that we're going to have it's going to take some time, because the stock will, this big picture, Apple is going higher. There's no doubt about it. But we're out of sync now, and we need to get back into sync. Is it's my point I'm trying to make, people. In this video too, at the end of the video, I'm going to post a video that kind of summarized all July. I'm telling you, all kinds of winning plans, all kinds of winning Apple plans, and again, we were really breaking out over here this day here, and that was the tricky thing. We were breaking out, but political things, issues. Apple again is acting. Look at. There's no other stock. There's no other stock near its new in new highs right now. So what's the leader? Is Apple. Okay. So that's telling us, the market is bullish, but what's slowing things down is all the uncertainty. With the Trump and the Korea. Well, first it was the Korea and the Trump. All this baloney that does play a factors in the market. People think that it doesn't. It does. It definitely has. You can see that here. These bars were created. This action was created from that. Because if there wasn't those issues, Apple would have been flying by now. I assure you this. That's why a lot of my plans have not been able to confirm, right? And I'm going to be posting another plan I like, and we'll see if that one can confirm. But Netflix could not confirm. KO, a very strong looking setup, could not confirm. It had to move a little bit. It couldn't confirm, and said it's pulled back. That tells you a lot, right? So when stuff doesn't confirm, that there's uncertainty in the market. And so, yeah, exactly. Goldman Sachs could not confirm. So a lot of stocks could not confirm plans, and they've been chopping, really, going up and down, and going nowhere. And you know what? Unless you're my plans are more for catching directional moves, where we hold something for a day or a few days, and doubling option prices. It's not about going in for some 10-20%. Like we made 100% gains in Apple. All right, people, welcome to Power Target Trades. Like I said, you should listen to what I said in this video. It did that. Apple was recuperating, but I believe that when you have political issues, it screws up things because the stock was breaking out to new highs, right? And again, nothing's 100%. Like I said, people, nobody knows the future. And if anybody tells you that they do, that they're lying to you. But what I do have a system that with confirmation, it's almost like crystal ball action. Things happen for a reason. They're actionary price points, I call them. But the stock has to be set up. What I do is not look what every stock is doing. When a stock is out of favor, in other words, when it goes into a chop zone and gets complicated, like for example, what's Apple starting to do, there is no advantage anymore with options. Okay, therefore I go and attack something that has an advantage for us, not when it doesn't have an advantage. But again, Apple is a unique company. It's a solid company. It makes a lot of money. It's the leader. It's what everybody tries to be. Everybody, let's be real here, people. Whether it doesn't matter what it is, Samsung, everybody wants to compare their products to Apple. That's the facts. Google, it doesn't matter who it is. Everybody's trying to compare themselves to Apple. Okay, that's the facts. Everybody says, "Well, we have a better product of Apple," and even if they have a better, even if someone makes a better product, the people who buy their stuff love their stuff. They have rabid fans. Apple, they have loyal customers. People, let's talk about the fundamentals. They have so many multiple income streams. If there's a company, you know, I'll give you another true story. Like my own wife won't invest in any, doesn't like the market at all. Let me put it to you this way: but she invests in Apple and has made tons of money in Apple, basically through before there was this 7-to-1 split. I can tell you this. I know the story of the stock, and it's a strong winner. That's all I can tell you. And I've made so many winning option plans, people. But this time, this action here, it's become what I call complex. If it was any other stock, I wouldn't have even bothered. I'll be honest with you. Um, that's how I feel about it. But everything was done correctly. But you have what I believe are political issues that can cause things to uh, things to go wrong because the stock was breaking out that day. And imagine if we didn't have those issues, I'm pretty sure it would have flown. It would have flown by now. Anyways, people, see if you haven't subscribed, and you should check out this my channel. A lot of great plans. Confirmation is key. People study the videos, visit daily, follow Power Trigger Trade for updates. Listen, people, I tell it how it is. I don't sugarcoat anything, and I explain it. This Apple update is something the kind of updates I don't want to do. But to explain the situation or what happened here, the best of my ability, every plan I make is to try to make my subscriber and safe to make great profits in the most safe manner, and that's choosing the right kind of options as well, because the option you choose for the plan is important. If we get the wrong option, can we still make your money uh, those September 15 160 calls? There's a good chance a person, the worst case scenario is a break even. However, it's hard to say right now, based on, we need to see if we can confirm this plan that I've just explained. There's a good chance you can at least do that, or if then and make great gains, is my point. So we'll have to see. This is what I wanted to make the special update. This is more of a defensive plan for Apple, whether you hold or not those particular options. It is really based on how we bounce the levels that I explained in this video. So again, there you have, people. Look out for another great idea that I'm gonna be posting. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.